How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in our video, and welcome to C-RadTV vlog number 57. So for today's vlog, we're heading down to the Canada Series race at Delaware Speedway for the doubleheader this weekend for both races at Delaware Speedway this year. So originally, Delaware was supposed to be only one race this year, but because of events that happened back in June, where the race at Sunset got postponed and canceled due to rain, it is now a doubleheader to make up for that canceled Sunset date. So now that we are all caught up on why Delaware this weekend is a doubleheader instead of the original one race, we'll be heading over there to have fun, and we'll be covering both races at Delaware Speedway this weekend, as both races will be happening on a nighttime. So yeah, we're going to see some action under the lights, and we're going to have a fun time because it's always great to go to tracks on Saturday nights. You know, maybe if the Cup Series product was actually good, it would suffer rating woes. But at least the Canada Series can make up for those woes. So yeah, anyway, just getting ready to head out here. We'll see you all out in the car in a little bit. Alright, officially out of the car. We're about to head to Delaware. Got a 40-minute drive. Let's go. Alright, we're officially at Delaware Speedway. Officially back where all roads eventually lead home. Let's head right in.
The Delaware Speedway Experience Camping late models. The Inventory Express Superstock getting lined up for qualifying right now. The 30 car, Jonathan Arts, one of the track owners.
Into his engine, they got the pieces out. In fact, last I saw him, he had them in his pocket. Beautiful yellow Superior propane sponsored entry for Jackson, who has had some really tough runs the last few road course races. Would love to get back into his normal, steady Eddie pace out there. Lap number 1 for Jackson.
Out here today.
How does Wally Wilson and Ryan Gardner?
I don't know if they iRace or together or what.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Ryan said he was coming up here. Wally's either spotted for Friday night.
In the history of motorsports, I'm sorry to cut you off, Wally Wilson is the most improved driver ever. 100%.
And has been racing here Friday night for a couple of years now. Quick, much of the practice session today before everybody's made their mock qualifying runs. So good job early in practice, been able to see how he gets here. His first career start tonight.
And he found some things that he was doing that he knew he could improve on, and that was one of them down in 3 and 4. Keep that car lower on the racetrack. Season this year behind the wheel of the 9 machine. Successful businessman gets real loose down there in turn number 1. Goes into turn 3 with a little bit of a push, able to get back to the throttle, white flag in the air. Practice and qualify. Things have not been going quite that way this season for the clock. One of the most exciting drivers on the circuit for a number of years. Very talented. Still looking for his first NASCAR Canada Series championship.
Here in APC action back in Canada Day weekend. Also picked up a win in last year's Great Canadian. So public knows how to get it done here.
Connor Britico definitely has the tricks up his sleeve to get things done here at Delaware Speedway. A little bit high in 3 and 4, coming to the white flag, but carrying a good amount of speed. Proud ambassador to that product. Don't take the green flag, work down into 1 and 2. You hear how long he was off the throttle there, team. Even the car stuck to the bottom, waiting to get back to the throttle. Andrew Ranger coming out to turn number 4 for the green flag. He's enjoyed a good season this year. Got to the bottom in turn number 1, slid up the racetrack slightly through the second turn, but looking good here on his opening lap. Turn 3 seems to be the trouble spot. Donald Teague was third quickest in practice always. the pace of these oval tracks.
There's some body panels down there in turn 4, part of the silent auction. Last year's paint scheme.
It does happen. This last one's looking good. DJ knows what he needs to do here tonight at Delaware. He needs to find victory lane. In contention for the season championship. How many times have we watched this driver work the half-mile Delaware Speedway in practice? That would be good enough to put him on the pole. Green flag is up for his qualifying effort. Little hesitation there in turn 2, getting back to the throttle. Crew 3 and 4 looking good, glued to the bottom of the racetrack as the white flag is displayed.
And there's the pole setter for race 1 tonight, DJ Kennington.
DJ Kennington. Rack.ca, Castrol, Structural Group Dodge, number 84, Larry Jackson. The GFL Environmental, Hard Rock Hotel, London Dodge, number 30, Jonathan Arts. Colorado, California, the Critical Path Security, Lear Gas Dodge, number 28, Ryan Vargas. The Turo King, BFL Canada Chevrolet number 9, Matthew Kingsbury. Pond, Quebec, the GM Paille Chevrolet Canada number 27, Andrew Ranger. Quebec, the WeatherTech OmniFab Belmare Dodge, number 47, L.P. Dumoulin. Quebec, the Quick Strut Napa Racing Chevrolet, number 74, Kevin Lacroix. APC, H&N Roofing, Glencoe Auto Recycler Chevrolet number 3, Connor Politico. From St. Leonard d'Aston, Quebec, the GM Paille Chevrolet Canada number 96, Marc Antoine Cameron. One from Bois-Chatel, Quebec, the Garoy Construction Revettement Volcane Chevrolet number 80, Donald T. And your pole sitter from St. Thomas, Ontario, the Castrol Edge Brimstone Games CIM Metals Dodge number 17, DJ Kennington. What can you do to help that happen?
We just got to go out here. The car's been really good today, so hopefully it stays underneath us for 125 laps. We put on a hell of a show for you fans. I'm glad to see the place is packed. I see a lot of DJK shirts up there, which makes me happy, and we're going to go out there, put on a good show, and try to see if we can't get a win out of here.
He's doing his job so far. He put it on the pole. He's going to start from position number 1.
Lost Norm the last week. So that 98 machine pacing the field here tonight in his honor. Adam Ross has climbed the stairway to heaven. We'll give him a minute to catch his breath. I know the feeling every Friday night. Set to fly, DJ Kennington's the control car as they work off 4.
Mike Saray in the flag stand with the green flag in the air.
Jump down into one. You got Cameron filling the inside grid on the ground. That's a lot of got some light.
All three are Plato on top for fourth. Great start for DJ Jennings and gets them from leads and battling for the second spot. Kennington's been struggling to keep the car down, so you know he's got to scrub off some sneaker onto that 30. Then you got getting to the control car, green flag in the middle. Go side by side through 1 and 2, the advantage off turn 2. McGuire not close enough to get to the inside of Donald Teach. Teach settles into the second position. Now it's time. Out of right front on LB Dumoulin. Up high. Takes the lead. Still front. Now back to third. He's working McGuire off. tell Quebec after coming back from a half spin early in the race to take home the APC 125. Run for the points with the 96 being a few spots back, but your car looked like a handful that whole race.
It was really good early. We just got way too loose there halfway through. Donald was better than us at the end there, but we'll make a few adjustments here and hopefully we get it right for the next one. We got another 125 here to try to get another checkered flag.
We have to ask you, you went in to have a conversation with Donald after the race. It looked like both of you had smiles on your faces. Talk about what happened in turn one there early in this race.
My spotter, I guess, missed that one. He was in there, didn't know he was there, and like I say, that's probably on me, but turn 3 coming with 20 to go there, that's on him, so we're even. We'll go get out of the next one.
There you have it, DJ Kennington, race fans, second. That was a quiet run by your standards, but a really good, clean run. Are you happy with the third place finish?
Yeah. I just felt like I was just missing a little edge on the car. We'll work on it. We're very close to have a very quick car, so I just didn't feel like I had something to fight with DJ, and and the way that the pass happened, I was like kind of thinking, do I let DJ going or do I fight with him? So yeah, I was just trying to have a good show ahead of me, but no, I'm happy with the third place.
There you go. Kevin Lacroix finishes in the third show. It looked like it was over at the start. Look at these race fans here taking that in. It looked like it was over early. Boy, did you fight back.
Yeah, I think we had a good car, tonight, and I was maybe too unnervy in beginning the race. I should laugh a bit and wait, but the car was quick. My team did a good job. McCarty, Paul, Donnie Thompson. What a team we have, this year. We were so close since the last 3 years, and finally we won one. We're very happy. I'm very proud of my team.
And Donald, you're a passionate driver. You get upset when things aren't going well. What was going through your mind when you're almost a lap down after spinning out in turn 1? Did it take long to calm down and realize you could still do this?
In my life, I never give up. So I knew I got a car to win, so I said, push it, and I asked my team. He said, go ahead, so I know the car was quick. I was just waiting for a caution, and it came, so that helped me. But the car was very rocket car tonight.
Donald Teague, the winner of the APC 125.
Good job. Right?
They're listening.
You had one job and you nailed it. I got a great 5x7 and Norm here with a smile on his face and a sandwich in hand. They made a few copies of it. We're such a big that up here in race number 2. In fact, would love to do one spot better, but it's Donald Teague been leading to the green.
In race number 1, he's to the inside, getting it up high.
Holy shit!
The wall on the bottom, and Cameron working the outside to race for third. How about the cars here tonight? Goes around. After that contact, that was going to be well, and overlap on a 500, but who knows what he was
car down on the pit lane, leaves the field in control of Donald. He's on the outside. Oh, the clock looks on the bottom. Looks to go 3 wide. DJ Kennington does it again on a restart, working the outside successfully, gets around. Jamie, I cut you off there. No, I was cut. 35 laps to go when they come under the green. Off turn 4. Kennington, your control car. Ranger to get to the inside of the 80 as well. Ranger to the inside of the 17. Punching that off down the back straightaway. Ranger getting deep. Challenge runners in the 80 of Donald T. Dolly handle on the bottom now, Ranger. Well, I think the Ranger had a credit on the dash, and he caught it. Good move, Julio. This time we'll see if Mark Hands on camera as he comes in to the attention of his crew. Check that car over. Look at that nice. Only flat on the bottom, Adam. Right in front, but I still put this one on. Inside 8 crew from Mark Antoine Cameron coming over the wall. Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't have a pry bar out there to lift that car up. So he has lost a lap. It'll be a gun is working. We'll get a fresh. And the NTN BCA bearing 125, we must see more yellow from 125. Here's ramping up here as they race off into turn 1. Kennington against their front down the wall, side by side. Morgan, here comes Connor Politico. The race his way back onto the lead lap, now back into the top 5 of a great run. I think the race was this. On the high side, Ranger right behind. Another one. Donald T. in return number 1. He played up this side. On the high side. Final climb down the back straightaway. Going to front with the run. Let's see it in 3 and 4. He drives the team into the corner. Donald T. the battle better as the second line is going to be Donald T. Canadian 300. This is Super Stocks on Friday. Donald, you didn't spin out, you didn't do anything crazy in the second one, but what a crazy battle, what a run. Let's turn around and look at the fans who have stuck around. How about it for the winner, Donald T. difference from what it looked like where I was sitting. There was every opportunity to get real physical, and you two just there at it like a couple of old veterans.
Yeah, I think with DJ we did Mexico, we set each other, after the first 10 minutes, we got upset a little bit, and I know why, so. But, I keep it clean, I was good being, I was breaking very early and very close in the question, so, and I know I was faster enough to take this forward, so that's why I was patient and that's why we win that race tonight.
It's got to be hard for you because I know you noticed that your career is going to come to an end at some point, but now you can't. You just won 2 races, you're good at that.
That's the win more races in the last 2 years, so when we have that government something, we're going on. We get a little bit of back with that, and we just passed already coming off, so that's probably a good one.
So you're still okay that the career might come to an end here sometime fairly soon?
I'm going to 59 soon, so maybe one more, and after that,
It was a lot of fun to watch, Donald. Great job tonight. Beautiful return Donald driver and DJ. You had all the willpower you needed, you got one, you just air guy on a racetrack.
yeah, we were so close there, but all that was a great experiment all night, and that was a hard race. It doesn't get any cleaner than that, it doesn't get any better than that. Congratulations on winning this team. Whisker on top of really thankful for we really appreciate it. We're going to take a good battle still, so we'll go there and come on in and see if we can get a lot to finish.
The current culture of NASCAR racing, stock car racing, anything goes at the end of the race. And you were close to that DJ. What goes through your mind? You could go to
it's not easy to find that. I've been racing so hard, so things were 50 laps before that, but you just don't do that. So, yeah, we're going to get it soon, but yeah, I think we're going to do it straight up.
There you have it. DJ Kennington, a very classy second.
What happened? Were you partying? Were you
Just a valve cap anyway.
See Mark? I don't see Mark.
No, I think it's his crew chief, Don Thompson. Alright, officially just made it back to the car. So Don't Teach sweeps the Delaware doubleheader. We're about got a 40-minute drive home. I'll talk to you when we get back. Alright, I'm officially back home from Delaware Speedway. So this is all I got at the track. I got this DJ Kennington t-shirt because the Fast City Speedway booth actually was selling driver merch, and the only one they had was DJ Kennington. So yeah, about time that the Canada series with the Fast City Speedway started selling some driver merch, and it's cool that Kennington is the first one there, especially at Delaware, being his home track. So yeah, this was a shirt I wanted to get for a long time, for a few years, and they finally came out with it, and I finally got one. So yeah, I got this Kennington shirt. That's all in the front, nothing special on the back. Alright, so I'm back home now. So yeah, Donald Teach, he finally ends his long winless streak for the first time in over 7 years. Tej wins a Canada Series race. His second and third career wins as he sweeps the doubleheader. Hey, if there's any time to end a long winless streak like that, a doubleheader's a good place to do it. Yeah, Tej's first win in over 7 years since its one and only series win entering this weekend was in Saskatoon back in 2018. Of course, the first win for that 80 car owned by Tej since the Sunset doubleheader back in 2021, when Rafael Lazard swept that doubleheader while filling in for Tej when Tej got injured at that time during the pandemic. But yeah, been a while. Tej has come close to winning on so many occasions the last several years, especially at Delaware too. Like, he was long overdue to win one, and he finally got it and swept the doubleheader. Easily had the fastest car all weekend. Although the first race, he had a lot of work to do after he got spun out by Bow and Kennington for the lead. In which that instant between Kennington and Tej, neither driver did anything wrong. Kennington didn't do anything wrong. Tej didn't do anything wrong either. It was just a race. It was just one of them racing deals. But hey, Tej was able to recover and Bow all the way back to win race 1. And in race 2, it was really Tej and Kennington the entire time. Like, Kennington and Tej had the best 2 cars all weekend, all night at Delaware. And yeah, it's crazy how we had the same podium results for both races. That's crazy. But yeah, even despite a very not-so-good car count of 14 cars each, even though only 13 took the green flag in the second race, since Larry Jackson had engine failures in race 1. Outside that, it was some pretty solid racing overall, despite the field size. Hopefully we'll get better field counts in the future. Because, yeah, these kind of, like, field counts, like 14, 15 cars on these short tracks is getting kind of embarrassing. Especially out west when we get, like, 10, 11 cars now, which that's pretty fucking embarrassing. So, hopefully we get better field counts at Delaware in the future instead of having, like, the only time we get good field counts now is usually for the road courses. And we'll have to see what the field count looks like for the race in Montmagny next Sunday. Since, yeah, now we're down to one race in the Canada Series season. And Cameron will enter with the championship lead. But Kennington, even though he didn't win either race, he did everything he possibly could to try and gain as many points on Cameron as possible. Even have a little luck go his way after Cameron got in that piston match with Andrew Ranger in race 2. But Cameron battled back to have some decent damage control from that. So, yeah, but Cameron, he was able to actually gain some points on Ranger, but Kennington closes in. So, yeah, Kennington is pretty much the only thing now to stop Cameron from becoming the first back-to-back series champion in Canada Series history ever since NASCAR took over the ownership license of the series in 2007. Since, yeah, in Montmagny, Cameron could do something that hasn't been done since the cast car days with Don Thompson Jr. Win back-to-back championships. Will Cameron pull it off in Montmagny? Or will DJ Kennington and Montmagny have one of the best comebacks of the ages in the Canada Series? Have to tune in next Sunday to find out. And here's hoping that Delaware goes back to being one race and that Mother Nature doesn't force it to become another doubleheader again. I always liked Delaware better when it was one race. But hey, it was cool to see the track at night, though. That was pretty cool to see the track at night. Always loved seeing a good old Saturday night race on a short track. Even though it's kind of dying out in the Cup Series. Maybe especially with the bad TV ratings there. At least in other series, it looks pretty badass. But yeah, really solid weekend overall. Even though it became a doubleheader because of circumstances involving Sunset Speedway earlier in the year, I think both races made up for that Sunset date being postponed. Hopefully the Canada Series goes back to Sunset in the future, because Sunset's a really good track too. But anyway, that wraps it up here. Hope everyone enjoyed the vlog. The last racing vlog I do for 2025. So yeah, we'll be back with the racing vlogs again in 2026. As the next racing vlog might be in February, March for the St. Petersburg, not sure yet. It'll either be St. Petersburg or it'll be probably the Canada Series again at CTMP on Victoria Day Speedfest to open the 2026 season. We'll have to wait and see what that 2026 schedule looks like. Especially if the Canada Series goes to the streets of Markham with IndyCar going there now in 2026. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, anyway, that wraps it up here. Hope everyone's enjoyed the vlog. And yeah, I'll see you all whatever I make next. I'm out.